Silence can feel like a wall with no handle. A healthy timeout feels like a door with a clock and a promise to return. Silent treatment is a deliberate withdrawal of response to punish, control, or avoid accountability. It usually arrives without explanation, with no time frame, and with the unspoken expectation that you will guess what went wrong and make it right on your own. Messages go unread or are left without acknowledgement. Eye contact disappears, and ordinary routines are suddenly suspended. A healthy timeout is something else entirely. It is an agreed pause to regulate emotions and prevent harm, named in plain words, time-bound, and followed by a dependable return to conversation. On the surface, both involve quiet, yet the intention, transparency, and aftermath diverge in ways that shape trust. Silent treatment thrives on ambiguity and power imbalance, whereas a timeout protects the bond by slowing the moment before words or actions cause damage that is hard to repair. Inside the body, conflict floods the system with activation. Heart rate climbs, breath shortens, and the thinking parts of the brain hand the microphone to survival circuits. In that state, listening narrows and misinterpretations multiply. When someone uses silence as punishment, your nervous system reads threat and can swing between protest and collapse. You may over-explain, send string after string of messages, apologize for things you do not believe, or go numb to stop the sting. When a timeout is named clearly, predictability signals safety. The body understands there is a plan, which allows arousal to settle so perspective can return. The difference is not abstract, it is biological. Predictability lowers the alarm enough for empathy, memory, and language to come back online. Cognitively, meaning is the hinge. Silent treatment creates a vacuum that the mind fills with stories, and those stories tend to be harsh. Catastrophizing grows, old insecurities wake up, and the urge to appease becomes strong because appeasement seems like the fastest exit. A timeout supplies meaning in advance. There is a frame that says the relationship matters, the topic matters, and a calmer conversation will serve both. The brain relaxes when it knows what will happen next and when it will happen. That small certainty prevents hours of rumination and the erosion of dignity. In daily life, you can watch how each pattern unfolds. A hard topic lands. With silent treatment, one partner goes cold without explanation, shifts routine intimacy into absence, and leaves the other tap dancing for contact. The pursuer raises intensity, which justifies further withdrawal, and a loop forms. The original issue gets buried under the pain of being ignored. With a timeout, a partner notices they are getting flooded and says so in a steady voice, then names a short window and a return point. The pause interrupts escalation and protects both from saying things they cannot unsay. The return matters as much as the pause, because repair requires re-entry. The topic may still be hard, but it stays inside a safe frame, rather than turning the relationship into a field of tripwires. It is common to hear the silent treatment defended as space. The crucial distinction is whether the space is shared. Shared space means the reason is voiced, the time frame is clear, and there is a commitment to reconvene. Unshared space means the door is closed and you are left guessing in the hallway. Imagine standing outside a house with no idea if you are welcome, versus holding a spare key in a note that says to meet at the table after dinner. One breeds panic and power plays. The other breeds steadiness and care. You can spot red flags by attending to opacity, duration, and leverage. If silence follows moments when accountability is requested, if it stretches without a named end, if reconnection depends on you guessing the correct combination of apology and submission, you are likely in a punitive pattern. You may notice warm closeness that flips to chill, right when the conversation touches something uncomfortable, or conversations that end abruptly as soon as feelings surface. Green flags show up as clarity and consistent return. A partner who says they are overwhelmed, explains they are pausing to settle their body, names a specific time to reconnect, and keeps that promise is using silence as a protective tool, not as a weapon. They may offer a gentle bridge back before words resume, like a cup of tea, a short walk, or a simple check-in. Your felt sense is not panic, it is calm. You know where you stand and when you will speak again. Consider a small kitchen on a weeknight. Two people are trying to figure out what to do about an unexpected bill. Voices rise. One person feels their hands shake and their vision narrow. They say they are flooding, they need 20 minutes to breathe, and they will come back to finish. They step away, place a hand on the belly, lengthen the exhale, and write one sentence they want to say clearly later. They return on time with 2 glasses of water, say they are ready to try again, and ask how the other is feeling. The conversation continues with more care and fewer edges. Change only one detail and watch the feel shift. The same person goes silent, scrolls without eye contact, leaves for a drive without a word, and ignores a text that asks what is happening. By morning, the house feels colder than the budget issue ever was. The behavior is quiet in both versions, but one is a door with a handle and a light on, and the other is a locked gate. If you are on the receiving end of punitive silence, come back to your body before you come back to the topic. The nervous system dislikes uncertainty and may push you to chase contact in ways that erode self-respect. Anchor instead. Say to yourself that the other person is not engaging right now and that your worth is not up for debate. Do small regulating things your body already trusts. Drink water. Step outside and feel air on your face. Place both feet on the floor and notice the support. Breathe out longer than you breathe in. When you feel even a small drop in intensity, decide on a boundary that fits the moment. That boundary could be a message that says you are available to talk when they are ready, and you will step back for the evening, then you will check in tomorrow. Boundaries are not punishment. They are rails that keep you moving in a straight line when big feelings try to push you off the road. If you recognize that you slip into silence when overwhelmed, design a timeout ritual when you are calm, so it is not a surprise tactic in heat. Keep the language simple enough to say when your tongue is thick with adrenaline. You might say that you are past the point of making sense and need a short pause to settle, then offer a specific return time you can keep. The promise is sacred. The return is what transforms absence into care. Use the pause for actual regulation rather than seething. Walk around the block, stretch lightly, breathe in a paced rhythm, or take a quick shower. Jot the point you want to express, so you do not re-enter with a fog of feelings and no path forward. When you return, lead with a small signal that the bond matters. Then state the shared goal in one sentence before you address the details. Where dignity is protected, conflict can even strengthen connection. Protecting dignity looks like acknowledging the other person's importance as you pause, and it looks like carrying your half of the bridge when you return. You own your tone, you repair if you cut too deep, and you show curiosity for their inner world. Curiosity is not cross-examination. It is an open hand held steady while the other finds words. A simple way to test whether a pause is healthy is to scan for clarity, connection, and continuity. Clarity asks whether a reason was given and a time to reconnect was named. Connection asks whether the sense of being a team survived the pause, even lightly, through a warm glance, a short text, or a simple statement of care. Continuity asks whether the conversation resumed in a way that moved the matter forward, instead of resetting the cycle from the start. When those three are present, you can treat the quiet as stewardship. When they are missing, and especially if silence appears around accountability, take it as information about the pattern and protect yourself appropriately. Carry a compact playbook that lives in sentences rather than scripts. When the wave rises, say that you are getting flooded and you want to pause so you can listen well. Then name a short window and a dependable return point, such as after a brief walk or once the children are asleep. During the pause, regulate in ways your body trusts rather than rehearsing arguments. On return, offer a gentler tone, make one clear statement of the shared aim, and invite your partner's view before offering yours. If you are the one left in unannounced silence, anchor your body first. Then send a message that states your availability and a boundary for contact, and choose a time to reapproach that protects your steadiness. If repeated punitive silence erodes your well-being, consider stepping back from high-stakes topics until there is agreement on how to pause and return. Because process is not a luxury. It is the container that keeps both of you safe. When it gets truly heavy, widen your support. Confide in a friend who respects both sides and will not inflame the conflict. Consider a counselor who understands attachment patterns and how physiology shapes communication. If there is a history of emotional or physical harm, make safety the floor. Create space, line up resources, and choose steps that do not place you at risk. You do not owe a performance of confrontation to prove courage. Courage may be the quiet work of protecting yourself while you gather help. You also deserve to know that wanting responsiveness is human, not excessive. The social brain orients to cues of inclusion like a compass to north. A short acknowledgement or a simple plan to reconnect tells the body that the bond is intact. Without those cues, alarms sound. Those alarms are not overreaction, they are design. A healthy timeout respects that design by replacing uncertainty with a modest map back to each other. Man, if this helped you tell the difference between a door that shuts you out and a pause that brings you back steadier, consider subscribing so you do not miss future episodes, and share this with someone who might be stuck in the long quiet. Your support helps this channel keep making calm, practical guides that protect dignity on both sides.